Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the next tutorial video here on duct tape creations. So in today's tutorial, we're showing you how to make custom lettering and freehand lettering out of duct tape. So that's going to be really cool. It's pretty simple. So this tutorial was requested. This was requested by Tay. So really appreciate this request. So thank you for it. Hope you enjoy this tutorial. Alright, so there are a few different ways you can cut out lettering or numbering and duct tape. So the easiest way you can do this right here, which is what I'm going to demonstrate right now, is just printing out the letter or number that you want and tracing it onto duct tape off the paper, which is pretty simple to do. So if you remember, for reference, or if you remember my, if you follow my channel for a while and you remember my One Direction time-lapse I did a while back, or the Wreck-It Ralph time-lapse I did a while back, there was a lot of text on those, or not too much text on the One Direction one, but there was still some text that I had to cut out. So I just print that out and stuck it onto a strip of tape and trace it out. That's the easiest way to get lettering done, and it matches the exact font that you'd want. So that's pretty much what I did here. Is found a random font that I want to use, made it in a paint program that usually comes with Windows, and just printed it out. And then that's what I'm going to do here. And then after this, I'll show you a few other ways you can make lettering. But I'm going to start with the easiest one first, like I said. So pretty much for this, all you're going to do, like I said, just take your, print it out, stick it down onto the color tape you want, seal it down with some of the clear tape from Duck brand, so it doesn't move in its place, or so it stays in its place, I should say. And you're just going to take your hobby knife here, or X-Acto knife, and you're just going to start right here. So actually, before I continue on this, for hobby knives, there are different types you can use. When I do lettering, I tend to use this one from X-Acto that has like a really small blade, as you can see here. It goes to a much smaller tip, which I really like. It's really easy to get leverage and cut out this kind of stuff. Or you can use like the one I've been using from Westcott, which is just a basic triangular blade, as you can see. Or when I started the channel, I used this older one from X-Acto, which is kind of falling apart now. But this one, it's just again a basic triangular blade, but it's really slim, kind of hard to get enough leverage onto it. But that's your choice what X-Acto knife you want to use, or hobby knife. Once I found this blade, I tend to use this one a lot, so it works well. So that's your choice of what you want to use. So I'm just going to continue with this here. So like I said, you're just going to trace this onto the duct tape. So I started here at the top, cut that out. Then you're going to come to the sides, and when you come to like a point with this where the corners meet, like right here, you're going to want to start in the corner and move your way out. So you make sure that you hit the corner right. Alright, so it's going to be a little bit hard for me on that side, so I'm just going to do it like that. Make sure you go all the way into the corner though. And now you're going to come over here. Alright, so one thing I mentioned, you probably noticed the camera angle is a lot different here. It's more from my perspective in a way. I thought that would be a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on than just having it my normal way. So hope this helps, or hope it's not too weird for you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out the bottom here, and that's pretty much your first way of cutting out lettering. So just come up here, messed up a little bit there, so I'll cut that right there. There we go. Oh, derp. I actually forgot to cut out that side. Alright, sorry about that. But now that's fully done. That's pretty much how you cut. That's the easiest way to get lettering out of duct tape. Just print out that and stencil it onto the, or trace it onto the duct tape. So I'm just going to peel this up here. Like I said, I used the clear tape to stick it down so it doesn't move. And so now you can just peel up your tape, and well, my blade's a little dull, so I apologize for this. I need to find replacements for this one. I'm finding that kind of hard. But if you cut it through right, you should have your letter ready to go, or number, whatever you chose to do. So that's pretty simple. And then you can just stick this onto whatever you want to use it on. So that's pretty nice. So now this is, like I said, is the easiest way of making lettering. There are a few other ways I'm going to show you. Two to be more specific. Of different types of way to do lettering. So this was the easiest, like I said, and now we're going to move on to the next difficulty, which is kind of like an intermediate, I guess you could call it, I call it a semi-freehand. So that's pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to move on to that now. So this one was the easiest. Now we're going to move on to the next difficulty. Alright, so for the second type of lettering you can do, which is a little bit harder than the one I just showed you. This one, you're going to take a pen, and you're going to get a strip of tape, and you're going to freehand the letter or number onto the piece of duct tape, as I did here, just using the letter D as reference. So this is pretty simple. So you pretty much, I'm just going to show a smaller one here for reference, or for demonstration. So pretty much just going to take your pen and mark it just like this. So marking it pretty much just like that, and then filling in the inside, so just like that. So now you have your letter there, and you can do this on any scale you want, small or large. That's up to you. So now you can do the same thing you did for the one that was printed out. You're just going to take your X-Acto knife and just cut it out from corner to corner, and just work your way through it. Alright, so just like that there. So pretty simple. And if your blade's dull, this is going to be a little bit easier for you when cutting it out, because it's straight onto the duct tape and then to your cutting mat, instead of going through clear tape, paper, and then the duct tape. So that puts more stress or harder for your cutting for your X-Acto knife to go through if it's dull. So keep that in mind. Okay. So now I believe I got this cut out here. So you can just peel that up there, and if you have anything stuck, just cut it off like that. And now there's the center of the letter cut out. So now we're going to work on the other side here, and just do this. It can be a little bit tricky to stay on the line, but that's all right. You don't have to stick directly to the line. That's all right. So just cut that out there, and then you can peel this up. I'm not going to do the little one there that I cut out before. That was just for demonstration. Okay. So now if you have a little bit of the black outline left on here, you can just take a tissue or paper towel or something and just wipe it off, or even wet your finger and wipe it off. That's pretty simple. So yeah, this is another way to make lettering. This one's simple in itself, but still kind of difficult because you got to use pen and freehand it onto the duct tape. But still one of the easier ones nonetheless. So now I'm going to move on to the next lettering, which is a little bit harder. It's full freehand. You're not going to use pen to make the to put the lettering onto the actual duct tape. This is just going to be, you're just going to use your X-Acto knife and just cut out the lettering straight up onto the duct tape. So I find that a little bit challenging, but I'll show you how to do that next. So yeah, so this is your second type of lettering, and now we can move on. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the next kind of lettering, which is straight up freehanding, no guideline or anything. Like we did for the other ones. Like for the first one, we printed out the text that we want and then traced it onto the duct tape. And for the one we just did before, we took a pen and traced it, freehanded the letter or number onto the duct tape itself and cut that out. So now we're not going to have any of those guidelines for this one. This is just going to be kind of, I guess you could say, like cutting in the blind or something, whatever you want to say. So I'm just going to do letter K here for reference. So this freehanding is pretty difficult for me, but I'll just demonstrate this the best I can. So like I said, I'm going to do letter K for reference. So I'm just going to start off making a basic K just like this here. Okay. Leaving a bit of a gap between the first line you cut and then the curved line for the K. So just like this here. Okay. So now I'm going to come over here, come down, and work my way up and cut over. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing here at the bottom. Come in, go up, and then come back down and cut over. Now this is not going to be absolutely perfect, but it will work for this. Okay. Now when I'm peeling something up, I like to cut off to one angle of it so I can peel it up in two pieces. Okay, so just peel it over like that, and try and get this best I can here. Okay, so now you can see it's not the best looking K ever, but like I said, not the great at freehanding, but I thought I'd demonstrate this nonetheless. So this is another way you can do it, straight up, so like that, straight up freehanding. You can do it with any letter or number you want. So it doesn't look too bad there, so you can pretty much make out that that's a K. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much the three ways you can do lettering. Obviously these two are going to look a lot better since you had a guideline to follow when you cut them out. This one was a straight up freehand. So remember, this was using the paper image and tracing it onto the duct tape. This is with the pen that you freehand it. You freehand it using pen, and this was freehand, no pen, no guideline, just cutting it out. So yeah, these are three ways you can make lettering. They're all pretty simple to do. Depending on how you do freehanding, well, this one may be easy for you, unlike me. So yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to making duct tape lettering. So that's pretty cool. The same thing goes for like making logos, which I do have a tutorial on how to cut out logos out of duct tape, so you can check that out. It should be in my tutorial playlist. So yeah, so that's pretty much all for this tutorial of how to cut out the lettering. I hope it helped you out for this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. And coming up Monday, I'm going to have 3 time lapses up for you guys, so it's going to be really cool. And then on Tuesday, I think I'm going to give you guys a little bit of some bonus time lapses because I have some stuff I've pre-recorded that I want to put up for you guys so you can see it. So that will go up Tuesday, so you have 2 days of time lapses. So 3 on Monday and 2 on Tuesday. So that's pretty cool. Hope you'll like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say here. So that's going to wrap things up. Once again, hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. And as I always say, just enjoy the one of those duct tape.